Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for joining me. This is kind of impromptu. I didn't give much chance for people to know that I would go live at 7 p.m. EST, but I'm live. Hopefully I can wrap this up and if there's any questions, any lingering, I don't know, open ends, I guess we can go over that. But this is a situation that's been going on for a while. So let's wrap it up because I was told show proof for the calls. Okay, so I'm gonna show proof of the calls, especially when I have to literally shut my phone off because I'm getting called over and over and over again. When I said I would get up to 100 calls or more a day, I wasn't kidding you. When I said I'd get hundreds of calls a week, I wasn't kidding you. Hundreds of texts, hundreds of emails. You've seen the emails, hundreds of them, literally. The messages, oh boy. Currently, there's almost 5,000 messages and hundreds and hundreds. Actually, no. If I'm getting a couple hundred a week, it's thousands of calls, to be honest. Hey, Timberly. Hey, MNF. Hey, Nicole E. Cerilli, a fish. Mary QZ Lynn Smith, what's up? Ziggy, hi there. Ami, Edna, welcome, welcome, welcome. Darab, hi there. Just JC, Jackie H, Sarilli, how you doing? Bug Love, Linda R, what's up? JP Stone, how you doing? Welcome. It seems YouTube is going a certain way, but we shall see what happens in time. Hey Sasha, what's going on? Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter to everybody celebrating. All right, Jackie H. So should I hey Vanessa. Um should I just get into it? I guess so. We'll just get into one specific day because this day I had to tell her to stop calling me because the calls were too much and I had to shut off my phone. So let's start off here. We're gonna start off with this. Yeah, let's just do it this way. We're going to start off with this. So we'll start off with the calls since, I don't know, live chill life. I don't know what you wanted game, but literally. Okay, so here is oh boy, I got to share my screen. Here is one specific example of getting called over 100 times in a day. So when I said there were hundreds of calls, I wasn't kidding. So let's just even ignore the 14th. But as you can see, they're ringing or being rejected. So let's start at the 15th of November. So this is just one day. I think shortly after this, I decided to just start blocking the calls because there were too much. So that's my number one photo. Here's my number two photo. Same same day. Just call after call after call. If you look at number one, I had to turn my phone back on. So here we go. What is going on with my computer? All right, so here's my number one photo. When did these start? Okay, so after midnight, she started. She started after midnight. I had to turn my phone off. Then she started again, minutes to noon. Then she stopped. Then she started again after 6. So we're at 6:15. Where's my number two? So number two, we're at 6:15. Then we're at 6:16, 6:19, 6:21, 6:24, 6:28, 6:29, 6:29, 6:30. Hey May Williamson, what's up? And then after that, we'll go to number three of my photo. So 6:30, 6:31, 6:32, 6:33, 6:34, 35, 39, 6:42, 6:45. And then after that, number four photo, we got 650, 650, 650, 651, 653, 655, 655 again, 656, 657. All right, photo number five. Like when I say it was hundreds, I wasn't joking with you guys. I would get hundreds of calls a week. I'm not just saying it to say it. I literally meant I got hundreds of emails, thousands of text messages, and thousands of phone calls. So here we go. We left at 6:57. Why is this taking forever to load? I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna wait. So we're gonna go on to picture number 5, and we're gonna keep going. Come on. All right, so here we go. So 6:57, 6:59, 7:02, 7:08, 7:09, 7:12, 7:13, 7:14, 7:18. Okay, let's go to number 6. So this is my picture 6. We're at 7:18, 7:20, 7:20, 7:24, 7:24, 7:38, 7:38, 7:38, 7:40, 7:40. And we're going to keep going. So then 7:40, 40, 42, 43, 47, 8:04, and then I decided, you know what? I'm going to shut my phone off. So this rang for 2 seconds and I was like, I'm shutting my phone off because this is just ridiculous. Because how many calls was that already? Just over and over and over every single day, day after day. I could not function with my phone because not only was I being called like this, but my voicemail was being filled up 100% every single day. Phone call after phone call, voicemail being left. I had to turn my phone off over and over and over again. Yeah, she kept letting it ring for 20 seconds. I want to go back to one photo. I think it's number 2. So number 2 was very. I actually chose this day because of these. So on the 15th at 6:16, I actually answered and I told her, "Do not call me anymore. I don't want to speak to you. Don't call me anymore. If I have to escalate this, I will." And that's what I said. And I'm like, "Do not. If you call me again, I'm gonna go and escalate this further." Do you know what she did? Called me again at 6:19, laughing. And I'm like, seriously, you called me again after I told you not to call me? And I was going to escalate this? She looks like she's in her 50s. She's in her 30s. Anyways, I just wanted to preface everything with that because when she said, oh, show the phone calls, well, guess what? I just showed the phone calls. You were calling me over 100 times, up to sometimes 150, 200 times a day. So I'm not bullshitting when I said that that's what she was doing because I have the proof. And I can show any day. Any day, you could just randomly pick a day and there would be phone calls. Anyways, let's get into what she has to say because, it's always something. All right, let's go.
Hey guys, Purple Glitter here. Welcome back. So we've reached part 3 of this series and hopefully the final part. Um, we'll see what happens, but we're going to cover a lot of ground here today. But I'm going to try to cut my time back even more. Um, I'm going to try to cut it back as much as I can. So let's go on ahead and get started.
True me.
What you're looking at now are screenshots of the Cash App that went out. Um, to be quite
You know
honest,
what? Cat Lover says, how are you going to trust someone on YouTube? That's your fault. You know what? That is very true. It is my fault, and I'll take responsibility for a lot of things where I shouldn't have given out my number, especially with the first incident. I gave it out again, thinking, somebody would be cool, but they weren't. So yeah, I'll accept that. It was my fault to give out my number like that. Hey Jack T. But then again, I can also say I've given out my number to some really cool people that I'm really friendly with. I can also say that. So it's really give and take. You never know how people are going to act, especially over the internet. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. Sometimes you find really cool people. Other times you find really not so cool, unstable people. But let's get into what she has to say. She goes over these. Well, not really. She just says what she gave me. She gave me some monies for my birthday. She gave me monies for the service that was rendered to her, and that is it. And she gave me some monies for putting the actual price of items on an international package. Which, if you know what happens when you do that, right? You get the shit tariffed out of you. So do I have to go over this? Probably not, because I don't want to put too much time and effort into this. Like, I don't want to be talking about packages, because the way how she made the packages look like was as if she was buying all this stuff, and then I was trying to use her to buy these items and send them to me, when all that was happening was that they wouldn't ship to Canada. So I would uh I would send it to her, and then she would ship it to me, and I'd just pay her back. In fact, people even questioned it in the comments. So let's take a look at that, because I want to put an end to this crap. I don't want to go over shit that doesn't even matter. Because in all honesty, this doesn't matter right now. Because it doesn't. This was like a lot of time ago, a long time ago. Why does it matter? All right, so it was Ange. Ange had the right, Timberly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right, so let's put this up on the screen, because I think this is important to document. Because I was told she wanted me to show the phone calls. I show the phone calls. So what else? Anything I need to show, I have the receipts for it. Even all the text messages. They're really crazy ones that I don't want to be too embarrassing to show, but it's not embarrassing me. It's all on her. All right, so here we go. It was Ange. So Ange asked this specific question. So here we go. Yeah, exactly, Megan. It's been so long, and it's still being drudged over and over and over again, to the point where this is just completely exhausting. So Anne says, "Can you explain the clothing? Did he buy it and have it shipped to you, to ship to him, or did you buy it?" She answers, "He purchased the clothing and then I repackaged and sent it to him." Then Southern Girl chimes in, "A purple glitter. You would never know that the way you're presenting it. You definitely present it in a way that looks like you bought stuff." Exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's all about the optics. What she wants to do is present things in a certain way, just like with the whole BDSM thing. That is why it came out with all the daddy stuff and all the commands and everything else, because she wants to present it in a way that I'm trying to command her to do certain things, but that was part of what she wanted. So this is exactly what she's doing. She's presenting in a way that makes it look like she bought the stuff. It's also hard to know, to even know about the shipments. You should close boxes. That could be anything, to be honest. Blah 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 blah. Exactly. So this is what I wanted to bring up. She keeps presenting things in a certain way to make me look bad as possible, and that's just not right. All you got to do is tell the truth. That's all. Exactly, Lindsay. She knows what she is doing.
$110 amount at the very
All right, so let's go for it. So, what is this? The Mama Scrunch? Okay, so I don't understand. What is the point of this? Is Mama Scrunch going to his court date, as in DLF's court date? She never said. This is when we had Mama Scrunch in the chat and stuff, and she would message me. "I see. Are you going to the court date?" "I won't, only for Nader." So I was gonna go to Nader's court date. Ziggy says, "You've paid for everything. She's been rejected, so she's going to make shit up." Exactly. This is the whole point of this. She's making stuff up. I don't understand why this is so important about the whole Mama Scrunch court date with DLF, and then the Netta court date. Like, to me, why does it even matter? I went to Natter's court date once. People have been keeping up with it. Why does it matter to go over stuff? I don't understand this. Like, this to me is showing me a red flag here. Like, that is not important. How many personalities does she have? So this is something that I became aware of the latter part of talking to her. All of a sudden, I started hearing. I would wake up to like random messages, or "This is this person," and I'm like, "What the? What are you? What is this?" So I would question. She's like, "Oh, that's I forgot what the names of these different individuals are." But to me, I didn't know. I had no idea until it was too late. But what I can say, Nikki D is a few personalities. She has a few. And I would get random messages or certain statements that would be randomly said, and I had no idea what the hell was going on. But now looking back and inquiring about it, I'm like, okay, now I get it. Yeah, Bug Love. Better to start at part one than part two than part three. All right, so it says, good job. You need other mods. So this is when I guess her channel was picking up. The same mods as myself will be good. I said that because, of course, I'd be trusting the same mods. Then, okay, cool. Some of them haven't come in yet. Can you just stop by for the first time? That was cool. I wouldn't have any of this if it weren't for you, baby. Okay, I said you did a good job. That is why people are coming around. Yeah, she was actually pretty good with commentating on Chantel, of course, because if you guys remember, she was a beezer at one point in time back in the day. I'm not really sure for how long. Not that it really matters to me, but she was a beezer. Nikki D is like, how does she control her switches now to remember all this stuff? Doesn't multiple personalities have no recollection when they switch? This makes no sense to me. Right. Really. I can't even answer that because I'm not like a MD, nor do I have a PhD. So it would be actually extremely hard for me to answer this. So the best thing I can say is I never really got into that or talking about that with her, how she controls everything. I just know that she would switch sometimes. And once again, I would only know she was switching when I got these weird messages, the latter end of speaking to her. Because after a while, after she was doing some really egregious stuff, I was like, I'm not even going to bother with you. Especially when she went into TD's chat saying to destroy me. I'm like, you're calling me every day and you're going into TD's chat saying, oh, yeah, destroy him. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. No, yeah, we're done. If it says, does she have a real DID diagnosis? I really think DID is so largely discredited in many cases. I'm not sure if it's a real diagnosis. To be honest with you, now looking at it and knowing what people do in this community, and to a larger extent, I even question if she actually has DID. So all I can say is I've just seen certain instances of certain texts and whatnot, and certain like one or two phone calls where it just got really weird. But I didn't put too much into it because at that point I didn't know anything. But looking back now, hindsight is 2020. It's kind of like, oh, so that's why that happened. But okay, well, I have no idea, Maria. All I'm gonna say is it is what it is. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter at this point, to be honest with you, because I'm not talking to her. I haven't answered her phone call in 6 months.
So in this screenshot, in the middle of the screen, um, I'm at, or sorry, actually towards the top of the screen on the right hand side, I'm asking him, "Hey, who do I mod?" And he replies with the same mods as myself would be good. I'm not going to read the rest of that, but he was the one making that recommendation. So what you're looking at now is
For sure,
a
Ziggy, for
text
sure.
message back from April 27th. So that would have been
Hey,
just a
thanks,
few days
gal.
after his birthday.
Have a good
But
one.
this was on a Wednesday, roughly after 8 p.m. in the evening. Um, and I was letting him know, like I said, I'm the one in blue on the right and he is on the left. And I was letting him know that, oh, and I guess I'm timed out in the chat. He replies with why. And I sent him basically what I was looking at. I was under PLBC at the time. He says, I'm sorry, I don't know who did it.
Why does this even matter? I'm like, you got timed out by a mod in the chat. Big deal. You got timed out. Why is it such a big deal? It's like you're making mountains out of molehills. Like, I don't understand why you're putting all of this in a video for. To me, why would you put this in?
I don't
It
know who
doesn't
did
matter.
it. And
It
then I
seems so,
reply with,
Lana.
it's okay, hun. He writes back, are you mad? He says, "You can come back and say something." And I reply with, "As long as things are okay with you, that's all I care about, babe. No reason to be mad. I just couldn't tell if it was you or someone else." He says, "It wasn't me. I wouldn't time you out no matter what." I wanted to bring this up not because I'm trying to target mods or anything along those lines, but this is the kind of manipulation that he liked to do, and he did this often. Not only did he talk
How am I manipulating somebody when a mod times you out? Either you said something they didn't like, or you got timed out by mistake, because it does happen when people are trying to hit the name of another person. How is this manipulation? Like, these buzzwords get thrown around way
about
too
any and
often.
everybody, and not in the best fashion. Um,
It was you,
I
Megan?
came across like weird little hiccups like this. Like I don't know what happened that night, and I don't hold it against anybody because I don't know what was happening in the timeline or in the background then. So this could have been something completely unrelated, or it could have been somebody just upset at him. It could have been a lot of things. But I was timed out for like the entire chat, and I don't even think I had said anything that night, but maybe hello. I don't know. It was just weird because I had hardly said anything.
Megan, you did
And
it.
I know that he offered for me to come up and say something, and I did decline. I didn't feel like starting problems with the mods. I didn't have any problems with the mods. I liked the mods. So why would I want to start drama with the mods? That makes no sense. I just wanted him to be aware of it and what was going on. I mean, after when we talked on the phone,
Exactly,
he did
Mary. Facts.
offer. He said, "I can go and try and figure out who said what." And I'm just like, "No, just leave it alone."
Actually, I didn't do that because this wasn't anything to do that for. Like, why am I going out of my way to do this and do that? You got timed out. You're now untimed out. I might have made a mistake. Move on with your day.
I really don't think it's anything. It could have been an accident. Who knows? I mean, I really did just kind of let it go. But this is where he really liked to twist as much as possible. Anything that he can possibly twist, he will, I guess, is the point I'm trying
Okay.
to make with these
How am I
screenshots.
twisting things?
In this screenshot, you're just going to learn about his mother passing away. This took place on July 4th. It was a Monday. And this is him just texting me and letting me know about his mom. And then we were on the phone that evening.
Stop. Why does this matter that I'm like, my mother's dying, call you soon? And then the next day I'm like, my mother just died, we will have to talk another time. Like, why are you pestering me? Like, this actually shows more about you than about me. Exactly. Like, why would you do this? Like, it's stupid and it's ignorant.
I stayed on the phone with him until he fell asleep. So
No, you did not stay on the phone with me until you fell asleep. Like, this is sick. To even lie on top of that? Like, seriously? You stayed on the phone until I fell asleep? Yo, Jesus.
on the phone with him until he fell asleep. So anyway, this is just confirmation about his mom. This text message took place on July 25th, Monday in the evening. And this is when the Holy Trinity came in and raided the chat. He is saying, "I deleted them." He says, "Sofa and PC are blocked."
Yeah,
I said, "Thank
delusions.
you. Can you add a mod if that's okay?" He says, "I am not able to mod her, only you." And I say, "Do I ask her publicly or do I wait and ask her?" Because I didn't know if there was like a protocol. Like, I didn't know if you were supposed to reach out to people before you modded them. I wasn't really sure. So that's what I was asking. And he's replying with, "You can ask publicly or privately." So I think he's just verifying that I can do both. But that was confirmation on who he had blocked that night.
Why does it matter who was blocked that night? You said Holy Trinity's raiding chat help. You asked me for help. I offered my help to you. Why does this even matter?
Which he did help me out in chat that night. So
Really? Okay. Why
So
did that
what you're
even
looking
matter?
at now is a screenshot of a text message. I am asking him, "Why did you unfollow Buddha?" He replies with, "Unfollow her where?" And I
Tiger Talks. I'm disappointed in myself, to be honest with you. I'm like, how did you not see she's bad shit? I just didn't know. Like, she had normal conversations until after a certain point in time. So I don't even know why this even matters. Um, Talking about Buddha, I'm like, Buddha, she doesn't have her mental health in check, which is actually true. If you're gonna say I'm sending you dick pics when you obviously know I'm not, I'm putting in what you're saying is an attack when there was no signs of an attack in a video to judge up people's feelings of negativity towards somebody. That's just like sick behavior. So I'm glad she's gone. All right. So let's just move on to this. Yeah, I think I give the benefit of the doubt, but now I know better. You really got to be careful. Very, very careful. I didn't see the signs and I got burnt. I can admit it. I got burnt. Let's just
This
move
text
on.
message took place on Sunday, August 21st in the evening. And this is basically him in black and white asking me to add him as a manager of my YouTube channel right there at the very top of the screen.
Mhm.
He is saying, "Oh, I will help then." Then he says, "Add me as a manager of your YouTube channel." Then he includes his email. Um,
Why does this even matter? So I was a manager of her YouTube channel. So why does that matter? Is she trying to say that because I'm a manager, I have certain things I could do? Well, yeah, I was helping her out with her mid rolls, as I do with a few channels, few people that I know. I manage their stuff. They help me with my stuff. It's very quid pro quo. But I think what she's trying to get at is that I was tampering with her channel. I couldn't tamper with her channel. I could only delete, I guess, delete some stuff, and nothing was ever deleted. Put in, I don't know, tags, keywords, and whatnot. Hey, the back shots, what's going on? But yeah, pretty much, I don't understand what she's trying to say. I guess she's trying to say I'm messing with her channel, but I wasn't messing with her channel. I was actually helping her out. Yeah, Nikki D, what is her end game here? This is what I'm trying to say, or think, or want to know. What is the end game?
I am asking him, "Okay, in the studio?" He says, "Yes, in the studio." And I'm asking, "Is the approved users tab?" And he says, "Yes." And then I was just confirming that it went through. Um, I want to let it be known. That's such a weird phrase. I just want to say that he was also in charge of the backup channel as well when we
Facts,
were running
Megan.
the panels. So he was responsible for putting in my ads with AdSense, which I will show you here in just a moment. But he was responsible for the ad placements. He was also responsible for the backup channel as well. He also could control the
Funny,
mods at
Sasha.
one point, so he could add or remove any mods that he wanted to. He also could block individuals,
I guess so,
just
Edna.
like whenever the Holy Trinity
Hey,
came in and
Sandra.
he blocked
What's up?
them all, but he blocked everybody but Lambo. I think Lambo was just put in a timeout, I believe. But this is proof where he is telling me to add him as a manager. And just so you guys
Didn't I already confirm this that I was a manager? I'm gonna go for it a little bit because I don't understand what she's getting at here. Or do you guys want to hear what else she has to say? I don't know. She wanted me removed, didn't she? Yeah, I guess she did, Megan.
started on the backup channel. Um, and there was only 2 panels on it, and those are on lockdown. So I just want everybody to know that I still, to this day, cannot get into that backup channel, um, just to keep you guys informed. But this is where he is basically
I think
asking me to
I think she's lying about that. If you can't get into your channel, then reset your password. Reset your password to the email that's linked to your channel. It's easy peasy. I think what she's trying to do is put some blame on me in a very unintelligent way, where everyone knows you could do a simple password, not passport, password reset. Hey, Curl Connections, what's up?
add him as a manager of my channel.
Yeah, I think she's lying about that.
So
Her
this
second
text
channel.
message took place on September 18th at 5:46 p.m. That was a Sunday. This was roughly 2 to 3 days before I did my 3-hour live stream. Um, and I am saying Buddha has a grievance with you. He writes back, yes. And I reply with, I've known this was happening this
Hey,
whole
everybody
time.
coming in.
I've felt all of that, but it's very hard to help you when you don't tell me what's going on. And I continue to say, I hate having to
Likes
ask
Tiger
this,
Talks.
but what's going on with KJ? And is this going to happen to me if I do something wrong? So he ignores half of what I'm asking him. And he replies back with, what about KJ? I'm asking, is KJ or C going to be the next ones coming forward?
For sure, Curl. She tries to hide a lot of things. It's been a setup from the start. And what she was banking on is I wouldn't have the receipts, right? Because it's been months. She saved stuff, and then she was thinking, hey, this has been some of it a couple months, some of it a year, some of it a year and a half. Can you imagine? A year and a half, and she think, okay, he won't have these receipts, so I'm just gonna just make stuff up about him, and that's it. She's scorned. She's exactly scorned. Because what have we seen in part one? We saw the BDM stuff that kind of cleared a lot of the command stuff up. In part two, the whole passport thing, the conversation didn't go the way she said it went. What else was there? Oh yes, the August school thing with her kid. And once again, I asked that because I was saying there was a difference between when school starts, because I said in Canada typically we start in September, and in the states I think a lot of the states start in August, if anything. Monty gives them way too much leeway. I think I do.
That's what I'm thinking about. Um, and then I go on to say, it's always the quiet ones who have the most to say. Now, keep in mind, this was a text message from a year ago. He writes back with, nah. And then I ask, hang on. I ask, is anyone else coming forward or is anyone else randomly engaged to you that is not to my knowledge? And he did answer this by
I'm
calling
like, Jesus, like why would people be engaged or married to me over the internet? It's like the most asinine thing. But I guess it does happen. I mean, half of us these days are dating on the internet. Hey, Key. So I guess it does. Even well, a few of reactors have met their significant other or ex over the internet. So I can't even discount that question. As crazy as it sounded back then, it's actually pretty legitimate to ask if I'm randomly engaged to anybody. Looking back at him, like, yeah, it's pretty legit question to ask. I'm not even gonna cap. It's pretty legit right now.
me and telling me no. Um, and of course, when he does this, he likes to confuse and distract and deflect me.
How am I answering a question in an honest fashion, confusing and distracting people? I don't get this.
But he called me right after that. So that's how that conversation took place. This text message took place on Tuesday, September 20th at about 1:06 p.m. I'm asking him, hey, KJ blocked me on Twitter. Should I be worried? I'm confused because I've never even spoken to her. He
Oh
writes
yes, inflatable DD. Still got inflatable DD with me. Man,
back, nope. Why do you think, or no, he didn't say why. He's saying,
I
when do
guess
you
so,
think
Nikki
she
D.
blocked you? I reply with, she followed me up until yesterday. He says, oh, okay. Did you tweet anything? I reply with, she blocked me on Twitter, but kept me on Instagram. And to make things fair, I blocked her back on Insta. And I said, no, I was off Twitter all day except for the night before.
All right, why
Um,
does this matter?
so this is right before I did the reaction stream. It took
All right, so this whole thing, we're rehashing things once again. With the KJ thing, like I said, she was my friend. If I don't say I'm in a relationship with you, then I'm not in a relationship with you. That's the bottom line. This isn't grade school. This isn't high school. You can't just say you're in a relationship with somebody without actually asking them. Because if you ask me, and I will be like, no, I'm sorry, I am not in a relationship with you. Because you gotta ask the other person. You can't just go around saying I'm in a relationship with this person or that person just because you want to.
place on the 20th. Um, I did kind of give him a chance to talk to
Top
me about
five on
KJ.
MySpace.
And he once again ignored me. Just in the other clip you saw where I asked him openly and tried to confront him and say, "So, can I expect KJ and C to be the next people to come forward?"
Oh, Chloe Blowy says, did Monty address that he likes dicks yet? That's another thing. I'm hearing that she's been saying that I like cocks. I like dicks. And I'm like, one thing is like, if somebody in confidence tells you that they're into the peen, you don't expose that. That's just wrong because then they're trusting you. Maybe they don't want to come out yet. Maybe they don't want to say anything to their family members. They don't want it out. The worst thing you can do to that person, which is such an ultimate betrayal, is that you just casually out them. That is not okay. You don't do that. Yeah, not it doesn't matter if I am or I'm not, but you don't out somebody like that cuz that's wrong. You don't say stuff like, "Oh, I had a feeling he was, gay." I'm like, "Okay, if you think I'm gay, then what was the whole point of you?" Yeah, it's no one's business. It's not okay. I would never do that to somebody. Their sexuality is their sexuality. If you tell me something in confidence, I will never ever ever out you.
And he basically ignored me and said, "Nah." Um, I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys just think what you want of that. And yes, I did
I never released a video of those cops asking me about my blow up doll at Orange Julep. I need to do that. I'm gonna have to release that.
block her on Insta. I was being bitter about it. I was being petty. I don't really think it matters now either way, but just for reference, I guess.
Who is the
So
little?
once again, you're looking at another screenshot of a
Who is the little? You mean like the whole daddy thing? Yeah, she did say she was a little. She did because you can have littles, you can have middles, and you can have olders. And I recall that she was a little, and not a middle or an older. But I can't recall what her little name was or whatever because I'm not into like the DDLG type of stuff.
text message. And the reason I'm including this is because he is talking about irate Alex here.
Oh yes, I was interrogated by the cops at Orange Julep with a blow up doll under my armpits. Yes, it was not so awkward because I had a valid explanation, but nonetheless, within the first like literal 2-3 minutes of me being at Orange Julep, the cops were there. The Sûreté Quebec, the SQ, was there asking me questions. I'm like, my luck with everything that I do in my life, you foodie beauty can get away with everything. Me, I have a blow up doll doing a skit at Orange Julep, and within 2 minutes, Sûreté Quebec is there asking me questions and not saying a peep of why I have a blow up doll in a dress with shoes on. No, 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 no. They didn't have shoes on. I'm kidding. Come on. But they were like, hey, yeah, what are you doing? And I was like, doing a skit with my blow up doll. And they're like, oh, can we watch? I'm like, man, these cops are freaky in Quebec. But they did watch. They did watch me do this skit. KJ was videotaping, and yeah, I still need to release that, but I will. All right, so I guess she wants to move with this whole irate Alex thing. I was not gonna go on irate Alex's panel. Screw him. Still screw him. Um, just certain people I stay away from in girl world, and he's one of them. Like I went on Yo Mama's panel and whatnot. If I'm ever gonna go on somebody's panel again, yeah, I guess I could go on Your Mama's panel. People might think we got beef, but there is an understanding. You do certain things. I may not like. I might have something to say about it. I might drag you. I might do whatever. But if anything, I guess I could go on his panel again. I will, Nicole. I will release it.
I'm asking him, when were you going to tell me? Sorry, when were you going to tell me about irate Alex? He replies with, he's a loser. I would never panel with him. Then I reply with, okay, well, now I'm confused because there was talk on Twitter about possibly a panel coming together of sorts. But this is
For
kind
sure,
of
Ziggy.
proof as to when I told you
Hey,
guys. Do
fish.
you remember when I tried to explain to you all that he was pretty much talking trash on any and everyone? Like he
How is this talking trash on anyone? Irate Alex wasn't a person that I would ever go on a panel with because for some reason I've been hearing from multiple people he had a problem with me when I had no problems with nobody. I try and stay in my own lane. If somebody has a problem with me, then I guess I have a problem with them. But I was staying in my own lane. I was hearing through the grapevine. He started going on GG stuff, wanting me to go on panel, and I was like, nah, f that. I'm never going on panel with GG or Irate Alex or any of that crew. And I hate when she makes shit up and tries to make it seem as if I'm talking shit about people. If you say I'm talking shit about people, then please show the screenshot. There is a reason why she's not showing the screenshot of me talking shit about people. Because if I was, she'd show it.
literally talks trash on any and everyone. Like, guys, I can provide these kind of screenshots for days. Um, and I'm only back at what is this, like, September? Yeah, we're just now around the September marker. So you're literally seeing the timeline unfold through text messaging in black and white. It can't be more cut
Hey,
and dry than that.
Daisy,
I know it's
what's up?
hard to see him in this light, and
Can
I'm
I add one thing? This is what she has been doing in all the parts of her videos. This exact thing where she'll show one thing and then she'll infer or say a multitude of other things without actually showing the receipts. So if you look at this by itself, you'll be like, okay, he said that, but then she'll like, okay, but you should see all the other stuff he was saying about other people. If I'm saying stuff about other people, then please show it, show the receipts. But if you've noticed, if you've been paying attention, this is her MO. To show something like the passport, like she did the last time, and then she would say, oh, he was trying to get hotels and flights to come and see me. But then when I showed the whole conversation that included the passport, it actually didn't say that, now did it? It said nothing about me going and for booking hotels or booking flights. It did not. So this is her mo, to try and lie to you and do this. Yes, you got to show the full story. So please be aware of that. This is what she's been doing ever since day one. I can show again the whole passport conversation because I still have it. This is literally being her MO over and over and over again.
I know it's confusing and frustrating, and I would apologize, but he chose to act that way, just like he's continuing to choose the way he's reacting to this now. Um, but it's just weird who, like, what he would say about who and what his reaction was in general. So, anyway, I just wanted to include
Sure.
that. And that brings us
Oh,
up
thank you,
to
Marie.
our 15-minute marker. I'm going to cut this off for the sake of time reasons. As far as the timeline goes, this brings us up to September 20th. So
Oh
this is
boy.
roughly 2 days prior
A
before I
macrame?
actually sit down and go
Yes.
live and react to him. Um,
Kuwaiti Beezer says, I mean, Monty always gave freaky vibes. That's why I know stuff, man. I know about Alders. I know about Kajiras. I know about Gorian stuff. I know about um, Boot Blacks. I know about Middles. I know about Alders. I know about Shibari, Kinbaku, any type of rigging, needle play stuff, fire play, how is it safe, how to do things, what to look for when you've roped somebody. I know all this stuff. The thing is that she knows stuff that she is into, but how she presented herself, I didn't like. And you're right, Kuwaiti Beezer. She presented herself otherwise. You would have never have thought that she was kinky or into kink based on what she's presenting you, and that is my problem. Because there was this comment where somebody said, "Oh, he's in the wrong." I'm like, how am I in the wrong with this kink stuff? I'm showing, presenting you that she is into the kink. She is actually in the wrong because what she's been doing is presenting herself as if she's not kinky while doing certain things that are protocol, because there's protocol, there's high protocol, there's low protocol. There are rituals and whatnot. So sometimes, typically, most people are doing low protocol, but sometimes there's high protocol as well as rituals. And she was in a protocol situation with a daddy, and what she was doing is making it seem as if she was not, and she wouldn't own up to it. So what's worse, you being who's disrespecting who's disrespecting the king community, me or her? I'm the one who will just be straight up and be like, hey, this is the situation. She was into the kink stuff and she was doing this. Her, crickets, nothing about kink, nothing about that when she was in such a situation. That is the true disrespect of the community. French Wench says, if Monty is so awful, why the F keep emailing him hundreds of times? Exactly, or calling me hundreds of times. Lindsay is like, talk slower. I'm writing this down. You're funny. All right, let's wrap this up. We're going
I'm
to
going
go
to
in the
take
second video.
everything that happened between me going live um, and everything else that happened after and put that in hopefully a
Facts, girl.
final video. I didn't realize this was going to take up this many series and different parts, but hopefully the next video will be the last one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget your notification bells so that way you don't miss when I drop another receipts video. And I
All
will
right, all right. Let me stop here. We're getting to the other video. Let's see what she has. I will go over again the phone calls, like I did at the start of the stream, because she was saying that I need to prove that she was calling me repeatedly, and I just did that. I showed the receipts, the proof of her repeatedly calling me. Like I've said, she used to call me 100 times or more a day, day after day after day, and would fill my voicemail box up. So we're gonna get into that after this. Let's go.
Hey guys, Purple Glitter here. Welcome back. So today's video is going to be basically more screenshots. It's going to be screenshots mixed in with evidence. And for time reasons, I'm not going to keep this intro very long. I'll just keep it short and sweet. So let's go on
Furries.
ahead and get started. Okay, this is a text message of a screenshot. And do you
All right. So this is one of the moments when I said, when was this? Friday the 16th of September. So yeah, looking back at this, this wasn't the best move, right? Because this community isn't into the striking stuff. But you know what? I was really pissed off, super annoyed that people what was being done was there's certain things you don't do. Just like how Nader shouldn't talk about you know, CSA, there's certain things you don't do. And one of those things is like real nasty, dirty comments. You put it in the video and then you make it about somebody. That is just low bar, because I can easily make a video with super nasty comments about any creator from somebody else and put it into a video. So, hey, we'll mark this off as another mistake. I did say I was going to strike TD. I did it. It was a mistake looking back at everything. So let's just move on. I can acknowledge what I did wasn't right. Hub said no animal people talk. But furry is a big thing, real big thing. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on from this. So the whole September thing got me heated. Yeah, so we'll move on. All right, what
are
else
you
does she have
going
to
to start
say?
Troll Detective? And he replies with yes. Once again, this was a conversation that was
Why do she have a countdown on a recorded video? True, because the intro that she's using, I guess she lost it, so she recorded it from a YouTube live stream and is using that as the intro, which is strange, but I guess that's what's happening. Glad that you caught it, but hey, right. And the other thing is, people keep saying, "Oh, she paid way too much for the intro." People, you're not understanding that she got multiple intros and outros. It wasn't just intros and as well as outros, it was multiple iterations of them. If I could show you the folders of all the intros and outros, I will. So it's not just one super shitty 15-second intro thing. It wasn't. So people are not understanding or grasping because once again, she's making it seem as if it's something that it's not. You need, oh boy, Target Talks.
Finished on the phone as well, like a lot of our conversations were, but that is just the first person, one of many people that he liked to talk about.
No, I don't. I wasn't talking about TD like that. All right, so she puts up a screenshot of me saying Dragon Fraud Lodo is my bitch, but he is though. He's my bitch. That's how it was. You know, Dragon Lord Frodo would talk shit. I would talk shit. I don't understand why she's even go circling this as if this is something. Is this an aha moment? Like DLF would, shit talk and drag me. I shit talk and drag DLF at the same time. Why is this a problem?
So this is him talking about Dragon Lord Frodo, which is DLF, and he is
That's not
basically
my
mocking
problem.
him pretty much. He's done this numerous times before. I don't know why he does this. We all know
I'm mocking him. No, I'm not mocking him. I said he's my bitch. He is.
what DLF is like. He doesn't need to be made fun of anyway, but he made these jokes pretty frequently.
I did not. I only called Dragon Lord Frodo a bitch once because I said Dragon Fraud Lodo. This was the whole Dragon Fraud Lodo iteration where Dragon Lord Frodo was acting up. And I was like, hey, he's my bitch because he said that I was his bitch. I think this was the Toronto iteration because you know how he gets into these skits where DLF will say certain things like the guy from Toronto, the man from Toronto. I think this is when that happened.
This is another screenshot of him talking about Tiny Dancer in
Oh
general.
yes, Tiny Dancer, that doxer, consistently doxing me, which was really pissy going into chat saying, "Hey, he's from this city. His name is this. His name is that." That's actually very annoying. A fish says DLF has called Monty worse every video, so whatever. Exactly. We've seen him do what he does. Right, Nikki D? Is she showing support for DLF? I could twist and turn things and say that. Yes, a an S offender, animal abuser. We've seen it.
I'm not going to read this word for word. I will let you guys read that for yourselves. You can pause if you would like to. But this is pretty much what this video is going to be about, just me showing you all of the people that he has talked about.
Don't say let's go forward.
So this is him talking about Lambo in this message. Um, Actually, when he and I first started talking, um, he said
So
that he heard from Lambo quite a bit. And then he said all of a sudden,
I didn't say I heard from Lambo quite a bit. Why the hell would I talk to Ashley Lamborghini? Ashley Lamborghini would message me. Then we had this conversation about Ashley Lambo. It was what was it? It was if her pictures were real, and then she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna prove to you my pictures are real. They're actually real. It's really her." Because a lot of people thought she was faking the pictures, but no. Actually, Lamborghini really looks like her pics and whatever because her Instagram was private, so she was only proving herself. And the bottom line is, who effing cares what Ashley Lamborghini was saying? Who cares, right?
Lambo just stopped talking to him out of nowhere. I find that really
No.
hard to believe, but he also sent me like screenshots of like what he and Lambo said. But I find it interesting that he has so much to say about everybody else, but can't mind his own business.
What?
So this text message took place on Thursday, August 25th of last year.
No, she's coming for DC. She's coming for DC. Okay, so when was this? August 25th. So DC was covering Dragon Lord Photo. So I said that she covered Dragon Lord Frodo before, which she did, and then the second time I was like, okay, DC is doing DLF, I might as well go in. And certain things she didn't know, because of course you're not going to know everything about DLF, because if it's your second stream, even if you've done your research, your homework, you don't know everything about somebody. It takes time. And what so I was like, okay, DC didn't know anything. Like, what is the problem here? Every Beezer gets doxxed. It seems so. She was doxxed, exactly. She's trying to rewrite history. She is. She's trying to retcon a lot of things. I don't see what the problem is here, but I guess she's gonna say, "Oh, I'm shitting on DC." Fine, but
And I'm saying DC Media is covering DLF for the first time today.
right, a
He
fish.
writes back and says, "Oh, she's covered him before." And I said, "Oh, I'm not sub to her, so I didn't know for sure." He says, "She did it once, though. She didn't know anything." Of course, it says she didn't know nothing, but I corrected it to anything. So this is him talking about DC Media Girl. And yes, this was way before he went on panel with her. That was before everything that happened
Right,
this
Timberly?
year. So this is all way, way before that in the timeline.
Yeah, like once again, she really didn't know that much. That's why I said she didn't know anything, and I helped her out. I gave her some pointers, like, "Hey, DLF did this. He said that. He's going to court this time. He's been charged with these things." Like, it's it with any reactor, you learn, and that's what you do. Same thing with
Okay,
Letitia,
so
Letity.
this screenshot took place on Thursday, September 1st at 5:39 p.m. I'm asking him, "Honey, have you checked on YTR and MCM? What happened at this point in the timeline? Granted, this was a year ago, so if I'm correct in my timeline, I do believe this was when YTR and MCM had their falling out."
All right, so she I guess she posted calling me a liar. Here we go. All right, so the conversation goes, "Honey, have you checked on White here in MCM? Heather is losing it right now, as in Heather Colonna." I'm asking why. Like, why am I the keeper of people? Why do I need to check on YTR and MCM? If YTR and MCM are doing stuff or not doing stuff, why am I supposed to involve myself? That's why I'm saying why. Why am I supposed to involve myself in everybody's business? I want to stay in my own lane. Like, this is just ridiculous.
I guess is a good way to put it. Sorry, girls, I'm not really quite sure what to say on that one. But this is me asking him, "Hey, have you checked up on them? Have you reached out to anybody?" And then I'm mentioning Heather. I forgot Heather's last name. Shoot, I'm so sorry. I forgot Heather's last name. Heather,
Heather
the
Colonna.
cheerleader, Heather. And then there is a mention of Kaya down at the bottom. But anyway, I am just sharing these as just extra information. So this screenshot took place on Thursday, October 6th at 10:17 a.m. And I'm asking him, "So you're going on Yo Mama Friday?"
I got the magic stick.
And he replies with
Once,
yes.
sneaking it
Um,
twice.
I'm including this just because he
Magic.
has spoken
What?
about Yo
What?
Mama,
Magic.
but not in like a bad way. He kind of talked about Yo Mama as if he was a friend of his. So
Where does it say I talked about your mom? And I'm answering questions. I fell asleep last night. Sorry. No worries. You're going on your mama Friday? Yes. Oh, okay. How many OnlyFans free links do you have? Zero. Listen, I only got a free link from BBW Veronica. Okay, you guys need to stop it. That was my only free link, and it was for educational purposes. I'm not making that up. Really, we had this conversation on stream on MAD, this channel, many months ago. She was saying that Foodie Beauty was copying her, and I got a free link. Okay, let's move on.
that's why I was sort of surprised by the switch up between the two of them. Sorry, switch up between the two of them. And then as you see down below that, I'm asking him, I was actually making a joke out of it. But I said, "How many free OnlyFans links do you have?" And he says zero. So every once in a while, I would just kind of like throw a joke at him and be like, "Oh, is it an OnlyFans link?" Like, just kind of giving him hell or whatever. But that's all for this clip.
Free link.
Okay, so now we're done with the crap
Oh
talking portion
boy.
of the video. Now we're going to move into the night of the panel. So again, this was last year, last August.
Yikes. Why does this even matter? Once again, people, why does it even matter? I said I would go on panel with BBW Veronica. It happened. It didn't work out the way that they wanted it to, but I think a lot of things were being told, such as, the putting in of an alleged attack. Once again, even the farms are like, there wasn't any evidence that this guy was attacking. It seems like he was trying to get out of the place, and she literally freaked out on the dude, and he was still remaining calm, saying, I want to get out, I want to get out, I want to get out. And that was it. Bottom line. Yeah, all last year. Why is this being dredged up?
Um, and the night of panel, I do have quite a few things I want to say about that in general before we get into the actual text message. Um, I want to make sure that everybody understands that there were women who took a bullet for him, so to speak, when it comes to his
Right,
reputation.
Mary,
There's
exactly.
been many, many people who have stood up for him, who
Oz, okay, here we go. Here's where she starts doing the thing she always does is she'll present you with something and then she starts talking about other things without providing any evidence. Yeah, exactly, Mouse Toes. He was trapped there. But that's the thing, right? People just ran with that. Like BB presented that video as if it was me, which was completely wrong. That's just disgusting behavior. And then to put up the same guy's dick picture on Twitter and then also accuse me of I'm the one who's doing it as if I have a Calgary number, which I do not. Like you would think you might want to maybe ask one of your clientels that you have keep coming over your house for whatever you need lingerie for is what I'm going to say. Ask your clientels first who's messaging you before you put the blame on me is all I will say.
have defended him, who have backed him endlessly for many, many lies that he's told and everything else.
It didn't make
I
any
want to
sense,
make
Mary.
sure that everyone is clear on the fact that none of those women on the panel were aware of how many women were in the background of everything. They
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's like people kept on coming out of the woodworks. I'm like, Jesus. I was even getting shit on because I said to one specific person that I would not name that, hey, can you not come into my chat because it seems you have a problem with one of my mods. So can you resolve that issue before you come into my chat? And then that was it. Another person I did a GoFundMe for what was it like 6.5k for them, and it was a GoFundMe that was rather successful. And all of a sudden, she's like shit talking me because she has a problem with the one of the mods. So you have somebody help you out with 6.5 plus k to help you with what you're going through, and then you shit on them because you have a problem with one of the mods. Like, can we think about maturity here? Really? Not the cancer G Serosa. It was the one with the burns. Because see, even with that, there have been multiple campaigns I've been a part of, helping people out, helping the community out. One of them was with the burns. And then for what? I'm getting shitted on because one mod doesn't like the other mod. I'm like, this is so ridiculous in high school. So you start making nasty videos because you wanted me to be the school ground teacher and break up your fights. It was really stupid.
they had no idea, no knowledge, no concept. I don't
I wasn't talking about PG, Ziggy. I was talking about BB. Not PG, but BB. It's kind of obvious based on conversations why she would be in lingerie with a guy that wants to exit the residence, having clientele and whatnot.
don't even think I fully understood exactly what was going on in that moment. It was a lot to take in, but those women knew absolutely nothing about all of the dirty things he was doing behind the scenes.
What dirty
And
stuff?
we're talking disgusting. Okay. So this
Is she talking about kink? Dirty, disgusting stuff behind the scenes, Daddy
things
Monty.
he was doing behind the scenes.
PG just doxed my number? Really? Okay. Well, we're gonna have a huge problem with that because then that is not okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, she is done. When that you don't do that shit. All right. So now she is a doxer. All right, everybody, let's continue.
And we're talking disgusting. Okay. So this is the night of the panel in question. He's trying to convince me to go up on panel with somebody. And as you can tell by my replies, I'm sure you've probably
I got
already
it, girl.
glanced at them already. But I'm saying I'm not doing this. I don't want to go through with it. And he's not listening to me. Um, I didn't have the best attitude with this that night, but keep in mind, this was after my 3 hour live stream. I was already very emotional. My emotions were on high. I was stressed and angry and saddened by everything. But this is an example of how controlling he can be. And just to add to this, I do also have screenshots where he's even telling me like what things I should and shouldn't tweet.
Uh, what if you have that evidence, show it. Here we go again. We need burden of proof. If she's gonna say something like that, then she needs to provide the proof. All right, she has custody of her kid. She does. Let's hear this again. What was she saying? I wasn't paying attention.
And saddened by everything. But this is an example of how controlling he can be. And
Show the
just to
proof.
add to this, I do also have screenshots where he's even telling me like what things I should and shouldn't tweet.
She needs to show the proof.
So, which I'll show you next in the next clip. But this is an example of how
Yeah, she has a kid.
insanely controlling he can be. There's even been times where I was crying and I didn't even want to go live and stream. And because he had something to do that day, he convinced me down and basically convinced me into going to streaming that day because he had something else he could do. Now, granted, that all took place on a day that was completely verbal, so I don't have any proof of that. But this was the night of panel, and this was how everything got started. This is a screenshot of the tweet that I asked him that I
That's
could tweet.
back shot.
I'm asking, can I tweet that you're doing an apology video later? I just want to be able to tell them to wait on the video.
Facts
He
chiming
writes back
in.
with, no, don't tweet it. So he was releasing a video that night that was basically an apology video, which was a video that I had to convince him to do. Sorry, I had
I'm sorry. No, 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 no. That is incorrect. It was actually BBW, Veronica, and Skinny Queen that wanted the video to be done. And I obliged because, of course, they were being attacked by the community for their own opinions on the whole situation. So that is why I obliged to do the video.
to convince him to do. And I do have proof in texting that I did, in fact,
Yeah, girl, don't ever come back to this chat ever again.
I was the one who said, you need to be apologizing to the community because you have screwed everything up. And I literally texted it to him and I explained it to him. I also went over it on the phone with him. And then for a third time before he made the video again, I had to explain it yet again. He couldn't understand why he needed to apologize. Um, Again, it was like when it came to his emotions, it's like anything involving girl world, his emotions were completely cut from. It was just almost like he was a robot. It was just really weird. But these are just some examples of how manipulative and controlling he can be.
Hey, Banana Cadabra.
So this is another
All right, once again, like I said, burden of proof. If she's going to talk like that, she needs to show the proof because all she showed was no, don't tweet it, and that's it.
So this is another screenshot proof of him being controlling with my tweets. I'm telling him, I'm trying to fix this issue.
Whoa, wait a second here. How am I being controlling of your tweets when I say talk to you later? This is so ridiculous. Somebody, please tell me, how am I controlling her tweets when I say talk to you later? Somebody, please tell me.
The best way I can. And yes, I'm still not tweeting. So this was October 4th by that time. Once again, this is another screenshot of a text message. But once again, and he had asked before in the message, he would do that once in a while where he would just check in. But this is just another example of him being controlling.
Where am I controlling when I say talk to you later? Somebody please explain this to me. Where? This is so ridiculous.
Of him being controlling. So this is another example of his manipulation that he likes to do with people. Um, I had mentioned that he kept wanting me to go up on panel with him. I originally just wanted it to be him and I on the panel. And then I just declined together all in general. But this is an example of what he likes to do. So when I refused to go on the panel, um, he basically got mad at me and shut me down. Um, and then after that, the only way he would talk to me is if I would go on panel. So, like, I would try
That's a lie.
to talk to him about something, and then he would answer the question or whatever. And then right after it, he would be like, "Well, are you going to go on panel then?"
All right, so where am I controlling or manipulative here? Because all I see is me saying, well, I didn't know. Do you want to come on panel with me? And then she answers. How am I controlling and manipulative here? Please, somebody tell me because I don't understand.
It was like almost as if it were a negotiation at this point. Like either I go on panel or we're done forever and he's not interested. I mean, we're done forever
Then show that. Then you show the proof. Burden of proof once again. If you ain't got the screenshots, you ain't showing the proof, then it didn't happen. Because all she's doing right again is the same bullshit. It's just talking, not showing any proof and making shit up.
now. But what I'm trying to say is it was like, you're not, it was almost as if he was saying, you're not in the good with me unless you go on panel again. So it was another form of manipulation. It was basically either go on panel or I want nothing to do with you. And that was basically how we acted right after everything. And this is where everything turned borderline verbally abusive. This was the first time he kind of lashed out at me.
Verbally abusive, huh? Okay, after I said you love me, yet telling Troll Detective to destroy me. That's exactly what she said. Destroy him in the chat. I'm like, are you freaking serious? Piece of shit. Hey, it ain't that. What's up?
Me. As you can tell by the top of the screen, I'm trying to explain to him that, hey, I don't want to give up. I don't know what you want me to do anymore because I had just reached the point of stress and confusion. And that's where I was at, especially, after everything happened on the panel and everything else. He goes on to say, you love me, yet telling Troll Detective to destroy me. What a POS you are. Um, let's just say that everything from here went downhill, especially in his attitude and certain things. And things did escalate every once in a while. And as you can tell by the text, I just got frustrated
I need to wear a chastity belt because PG trying to pop that cherry. She sure is.
and I was like, all right, fine. I don't know what you want me to do anymore. And I just threw my hands up with it. Um, there's not really much other context I can provide. All I can really say is this is where things really started to go south.
Seriously, you should put the whole commands thing back up. Haven't I explained this whole commands thing right? But she's putting it back up as if this is something. Ah, okay. Yeah, I should put the command stuff back up. Great.
Okay, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. I appreciate all of you. And if there is the next one, I will let you know.
She does. She
But
does,
this
girl.
is pretty much as black and white as we're going to get. It's literally being shown to you in text messages. So, anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn your notification bells on. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
All right. Well, I guess that is it. I guess I might have to do a part 4 on this situation because this is just completely ridiculous now. All right, people. I guess I'll be back on SFTI. Other than that, I guess I got to deal with this doxing situation because people are sending me screenshots and whatnot about the docs, which is extremely improper to do. You don't do that shit to people. And she did it. You know what? She needs to log off the internet and don't come back here ever again because this is just wrong and ridiculous. Anyways, I'm out of here. Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. I'll be back. We'll probably have to do a part 4. I need holy water. I do. I do. I really, really, really do. Yeah, banana cadabra. I guess I'm doxed now. Thanks for the entertainment. You're welcome, Sultry. Anyways, I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Smash that like button. Appreciate it. See you soon. Bye bye. Whoa, wait a second. I was supposed to do one thing, right? I was supposed to show the receipts again. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show the receipts quickly. Yeah, let's show the receipts again quickly because of the one specific day that I want to show the receipts of. Because she says that I need to prove the calls. Well, here they are again. So let me do that quickly. All right, so here are the receipts. Like I said, pay attention to the 15th of November because this is where we gotta pay attention. Don't even forget about the 14th. She started calling me after midnight, and then I had to turn off my phone because this is what I was doing day after day, turning off my phone. So 15th again, she would start calling me in the morning around lunchtime, so I had to turn off my phone again. Then the 15th, I turn it back on, 6:14, 6:15, she's calling me again. So let's go through this. So we have part number 1 there. Then we got number 2 here. 6:14, 6:15, 6:16, 6:19, 6:21, 21, 24, 28, 29, 29, 6:30. And there's more. Don't wait, there's more. Like I've said, she would call me 100 plus times a day or even more. So where are we at right now? We're at 6:30, 6:31, 6:32, 6:33, 6:34, 6:35, 6:39, 6:42, 6:45, 6:49. And we're going to keep going over and over and over. She doesn't get the hint that I don't want to talk to her, especially after disgusting behavior on what she was saying. So we got 6:49, 6:50, 6:50, 6:50, 6:51, 6:53, 6:55, 6:55, 6:56, 6:57. And there's more. So we're at 6:57, 59, 7:02, 7:08, 7:09, 7:12, 7:13, 7:14, 7:18. Non-stop calling. Whenever my phone would be turned back on, non-stop calling. So we got the 18, the 20, 20, 24, 24, 38, 38, 38, 740, 740. Then we have 740, 740, 742, 743, 747, 804, 943, 958, 959, 11. When I meant she would call me nonstop, this is what I meant. I literally meant it, and I have the receipts. This is what she would do, to the point where I'd have to turn off my phone, and whenever I turned it on, what would she do? Still be calling me. But yet she's denying. She's denying this. Anyways, I'm out of here. Just wanted to show you guys that I do have the receipts, hundreds of call. I can show you the entire call list any day you choose. She'd be calling me multiple times a day that I had to turn my phone off. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks again. I forgot that I had to show those call logs, and I just did. Thank you once again. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.